All right, so today we're going to make a delicious, aesthetically pleasing to the eye, that when you look at it, dish that you are just going to love, because it's not only going to look good, it's going to taste good. We're going to do lamb rack, lamb chops, whatever you want to call it. We're going to do lamb. We're going to do a butternut squash and sweet potato puree, and we're going to add our beautiful color of a green salad on the plate as well. So today is sort of kind of like when you cook at home, you can do these things for yourself and your guests, to make your meal an even more enjoyable time. So let's get in the kitchen and get started with that meal. All right, so we're going to start with our potato. I have some of the butternut squash already cut up and in water. And I'm going to peel this sweet potato, and of course there's that whole conversation about yams versus sweet potatoes. Just make sure it's orange. How about that? Okay? All right, so we're just going to peel this sweet potato, and we're going to mix the two. Although they do have different flavors, it doesn't really matter if you mix the two. It's just a way to get some extra stuff and extra flavor into your bowl. And if you didn't get that Christmas present or something you wanted, you can make a mess for your husband to clean up or your friends. I'm kidding. Okay, so we have the potato almost done. Yeah. Now, when I started, you saw that other end was cut off, and I'll show you why I did that, because it's very good to try to get you like a clean scrape, and that gave me a clean scrape. And if I needed to, I could stand it up like that. But let's see, there we are. So let's get rid of all of this. It's easier to do this. There we are. We are all cleaned up. Now, what I like to do with my sweet potatoes is cut it just like that. Stand one up. I'm gonna cut it down this way. And you can roast these or bake them, I should say, in the oven with the skin on, and just let it sit there for 45 minutes or however long it takes, depending on the thickness of your potato and your butternut squash. And when I do that everything still is perfectly fine. If you want to add a little flavor when you bake it, I use a garlic-infused olive oil, and I rub the potato all around after I've, of course, washed and cleaned it with the skin on. And then I poke holes in it. Well, actually, I poke the holes first because it can get a little slippery and tricky. So you poke the holes, then you do the garlic-infused olive oil, and then you salt and pepper the potato all the way around. Yes, with the skin on. Wrap it in aluminum foil, and then you put it in the oven at 375 to bake. Again, depending on the weight of the potato, could be 20 minutes, could be 30, and the number of potatoes in there. But what happens is all those flavors get into the potato because the aluminum foil is closing everything in, so the steam and the flavors, everything just sort of kind of goes into it. Now, another thing that you could do is, if you're going to do it on the stove, you want to make small cuts like so. See these cuts? Small cuts, so that they cook fast. But you can add fresh sage to your water, which is what I normally do at home. and that fresh sage will infuse the water, the potatoes, and give it some flavor. I wouldn't do the cinnamon or the nutmeg because you don't want it sitting in the water. It will change the color of the potato, not to mention the water. So I'll just finish this up. I'm just so helpful today. Okay. Here we go. I like this dish because it's a way to get in lots of different, like I say, you can use other squashes. You can add potatoes to it if you want. You can add, Jerusalem artichoke. You can add batatas. You can add anything you want. So we got that all done. That was our, I wouldn't say hard, but that was one part of it. Let me just wipe my hands. All right, here we go. Now, what I'm going to do to the water is I'm going to add a little salt. And what the salt does is just sort of kind of, again, takes that newness potato taste away in butternut squash, and it allows it to absorb other flavors that you might have. So we're going to put that right in the water so it can boil. And I really just grabbed whatever pans or pot that was handy today. Handy dandy. Got our flavor going on. All right. Now, if you are nervous about splashing, just use your little, here we go. See? You can use your little scooper. Same job. All right, so now that is going, and we're going to let that go for a while, we're going to get started on our lamb because the other part is super easy. Lamb is an easy dish to make as well. Here's the important thing about it. Don't they look beautiful? Look at that. Let me take my wrap off. You want to season your lamb so that the flavors can get in really soaked into it because lamb is best served medium rare. And that might sound like, but no, trust me, it's just delicious. The texture is just soft and you flavor it up. So what I put on here is salt, pepper, a little paprika, and we're going to add a little bit more stuff for flavor. I didn't, and I could have put this on, and you want to let it marinate for about a minimum of a half an hour. But you can let it marinate much longer, 4 hours, or you can let it marinate overnight, depending on what marinade you choose. But again, it cooks quickly. So let me just get my extra seasonings for this. All right, so what I have here that I'm going to flavor it with is, this is a little bit of rosemary here. You can use, if you're marinating it with the rosemary, I would put fresh rosemary in there and then wrap it up. And then I got some red pepper flakes because if you can stand the heat, woo, what a flavor. So just going to sprinkle a little bit. And I'm going to use my oil because I'm going to just press these in. Now I'm going to turn on this burner here. Actually, I turned it off. What is up with that? So I'm turning it up so it can heat up very nicely and give us a nice good sear. Gonna flip the lamb over. Now people are gonna have to be ready for this one. So you might wanna leave off the red pepper flakes or at least ask your guest how they feel about the red pepper flakes. And they may say, girl, turn the heat on. So I just turned the heat on. All right, there we are. And again, a little bit of oil. This is extra virgin olive oil infused with garlic. But you can put minced garlic. In fact, the recipe does call for minced garlic. The recipe I'm going to leave for you online, calls for minced garlic. There we are. That's going to be delicious. So I'm just going to let that sit for a few moments. Wash my hands. I'm going to come back and we are going to put this right on the burner. Yay! All right, so our lamb has marinated for a good while. We are adding oil to the pan so we can get a nice sear. And remember, you can use a grill pan or any kind of pan that you'd like. This is super hot, as you could tell. There we go. Let's see. Let's turn that down a little bit. All right, and let's put that in there. That is just what you want. A nice. That already smells good. I'm gonna go ahead and press that down. This is a very good appetizer or meal. All right. I like to make sure that gets a really nice sear on it. So let's do that. And let's check on our potatoes. The way that you can check them is take a fork and just poke it inside one of them. If it goes in easy, you're good. If it doesn't, this one's a little firm still. So we're gonna keep letting those cook. This is getting a nice sear on it. Now, like I say, you can have these as appetizers or something quick, something easy, something simple to make. You cook them on like 3 minutes per side, and then you tint them with foil, and you are good to go. You can finish up getting the rest of your meal made, which is what we're gonna do as soon as I take these out. We're gonna do our salad and we're going to mash up our potatoes. But I wanna show you, we're actually gonna put those in a food processor and we're gonna add a little bit of soy milk, vanilla, and stuff like that, sort of kind of get us in that mood for lots of flavor. It looks like it's, ooh, nice. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this. Let me do it this way. Look at this. How beautiful is that? All right. Very good. So I am going to get us ready for when it's time to take these out. Just a few more moments. This is just going to be, look at that. Just in case some people get a little, grossed out with seeing that red blood, I'm just gonna go ahead and sear the little sides. There we are. That's looking good. You don't want to overcook this either, because it just will lose that delicious flavor. So I'm going to turn it off. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's do this. And this, I am magic. Magic. There we are. Look at that beautiful. There we are. These are really done. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna tint this with some foil. We're gonna leave it off. When I turn that burner off, that was off, it just automatically starts to cool. And once it's done cooling, it will stop flashing hot. So let me take care of that. You know what? We're gonna put them on this gorgeous plate. Wow. Gonna put them on this plate. All right, and let me tint that with foil, and then we can get started on our potatoes, putting them in a food processor. I will be right back. All right, so we are back, and it is time. Our potatoes, sweet potatoes and butternut squash is ready. Going to take our spider here, and we're going to scoop out the potatoes. Now we are going to put them, and I could put them directly into the food processor. Can't really tell you why I'm not doing that, but but we're going to take them out. Okay, let's see. Some of them, as you see, might have a little color on them, but that's all right. We're all good. It's all good. All right. They smell really, really, really good. I wanted to show you all of the things that we are going to put together with the potatoes, especially too while they're hot. So we have here some butter. I'm going to go ahead and pour a little in there. You don't have to melt it, but I did. That way you wouldn't know how much I was putting in. Gotcha. Okay. And then we're going to use a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit, because remember we got sweet potato in there. So a little bit of sugar. Here we have vanilla. All right, so we'll add a little bit of vanilla. And you say, well, what is that? What is that? That is maple syrup. Syrup. Why sugar and syrup? Because we're getting some maple flavor from here. So we want that. But we don't want to, which is another reason we don't want to overdo it with the sugar. All right, so we have all of our yummy extra ingredients in there right now. All right, so we are good there. I'm just gonna toss and stir with that little itty bitty butter I put in here, just a little bit. All right, here we go. We're gonna dump. Perfect. Woo woo. And now we're going to put the lid to our food processor on. And you have to have all these gadgets together and ready. I'm letting out some of that steam. I'm sending smoke signal. Come home. Okay. All right. So look at there. Fabulous. Now I'm going to add in soy milk. You can use heavy cream, you can use regular milk, 2%, no milk if you want. But I'm going to add it in. It gives it a nice texture, and it also gives this little bump up of color. All right. Look at there. Whoop, whoop. All righty. I think we are done there, but I am going to test it. Oh, that looks so beautiful. Can you see? It's gorgeous. Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. You know, remember I added the salt to the water, which sort of kind of takes away the newness of the potatoes? Perfect, perfect. That's what you want. So I am going to take this out. I'm going to take this out. That is really, really good. I like that. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to put it in a bowl. And then we are going to mix up our salad, and then we're going to plate things. So I will do that. You go ahead and get your camera ready so you can take a picture of this stuff. All right, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, so we are down to the stage where I love it. That is eating time. Remember I told you that that salad was going to just be so quick and easy? So look, it is. I'm taking a mixed spring salad. Got some radicchio in here. Got some arugula. And then you just have some other lettuces, frisee, and so forth. I really wanted more of that. But this is what I want you to see with the salad. Because remember, this is all really, really quick, is that you just sort of kind of hand toss it. And I have a lemon honey vinaigrette. You're free to use whatever dressing it is that you'd like. This is one that I made. Has lemon, honey, Dijon mustard, a champagne vinegar or red wine vinegar you could use. It doesn't take a lot of this on your salad. In fact, if you use too much, you'll make your salad very heavy. And we are not going for heavy. He ain't heavy. Okay. I just couldn't help myself. He's my brother. Okay, I had to finish it. Had to drop the horseshoe. Okay, there we are. So look, very light. There we are. Perfect. You can taste. There we are. Now, this is what we're going to do. And remember that lamb? Lamb. Look at that. Just beautiful. Magic. Double. Triple. There we are. Okay, so we're going to take this. I'm going to show you with regards to plating. Now, literally, it says Chef Renee's Awesome Asian Sauce and Dressing, because you can use this as a dressing or as a sauce. And today wait, here's the picture. All right. So, okay, we're going to use this as our sauce. You can do it any way that you want. This is a very good sauce for potatoes and for the lamb. So, we're going to just squirt a little. Look at there. Because the potatoes deserve to have some on there. I'm going to use a spoon. So I'm getting my plate ready. This is my base. It sort of kind of centers me. This is at home, so you can do this at home. Also, it's flavoring, although these don't need any more flavor. It sort of kind of flavors. That was a lot of potato. Let me take a little bit off. Take a little bit off, put a little bit back. Take a little bit, no, I'm kidding. Okay, so there we are. We got our potato. We're gonna take some lettuce. Salad. Okay, I was waiting on you to correct me on that. Okay, here we go. And arrange it whatever way you would like to. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Oh, look what I found, a carrot. There we go. Now, we have that on the plate. I'm going to move that out of the way. And then I am going to use my hands. I'm going to take a lamb. Oh, look at that. And we're going to use them to sort of kind of balance out each other. But you want it to push a little bit. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. She's a beauty. Now, if you want, you certainly can drizzle a little bit of Chef Renee's amazing Asian sauce. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit there and a little bit there. And I think we are good to go. What do you think of that? Look at that. I am so excited to dig in. Before I do that, I wish to thank all of you for having me into your home for our wonderful, wonderful meal that you can do just for yourself, for your guests, for your family. Very easy to make. Make sure you check out that website, simplychefrenee.com. Also, you can find this episode and many more at wintv.org. On demand, Simply Chef Renee recipe is there for you. I will see you next time. Enjoy.